Okay, YouTube. Todd here again, Some Guitar Guy. First off, thanks for watching. And yeah, I went and did a thing. A week ago, Friday, I brought this girl home. This is my new to me 1996 Harley Sportster 883 Hugger. So I'll do a kind of quick walk around and introduce Lucille. I think that's a fitting name for her. Fairly local bike. I think it was sold new out of Raleigh, from what I can tell so far. Pretty stock, which I do like. You can probably see the Screaming Eagle, and I'll have to do some research. I'm not even sure that's a real Screaming Eagle breather. It does have a very dirty K&N filter, and you can see my fingerprints. Almost left the Screaming Eagle thing off, but I think it looks good, kind of the chrome contrast with the aluminum, the heads and the side cover and all. They do need some work, probably with some quadruple zero steel wool. But yeah, the bug bit, I've been looking off and on for months, and saw this one. Good. It's pretty much stock. The baffles have been reportedly taken out of the OEM mufflers, which it is a little louder than I would expect for stock. So I guess that is the case. Tires are in good shape. Those are Harley Davidson version Dunlop tires, OEM size. She's certainly not perfect. The seat was in great shape. I love that it still has mid controls. It hadn't been converted. Really, not much has been added to it. You see the battery hold down, and cover is missing along with the ignition cover. Have all that stuff on order, but nobody's done a speedo relocation or delete or any of that craziness. Tires front and rear, good shape. There's no way those are original tires. It's coming on, I think it had 11,600 when I bought it. And there's no way those tires have lasted. Maybe the front, but the backs are still in good shape, probably replaced as a set. Besides the missing battery cover, I just installed this today. For whatever reason, somebody in the bike's life deleted the horn. There it is. I tried it a test ride, and then got off and looked, and the leads were there, but the horn was gone. So that's a $40 some odd contribution, Harley corporate I made. The leads work. It just, I don't know why they deleted the horn. So put her horn on today. Had to order it direct from Harley, and had to order the mounting bolts. Probably could have gone to a hardware store and gotten some more. Don't really think the wiring harness is supposed to be there. I think it's supposed to be tucked. So that's something else to look at. right on top of that head. Probably not the ideal location for it. Had to order these little things, these nut wells. It's missing that one, and the mounts. I have the cover coming, and the mountain cover for the battery. Did a oil change in the primary change, and actually had to fix a leak, which I didn't catch, so shame on me. Pre-route inspection, do a separate video on it, but she was leaking from here, from the adjuster for the clutch cable, and you see, looking closer, that clutch cable looks new, so somebody else has chased that unsuccessfully, and it's really nice to look after a ride and not see any drips. But it turned out to be a clogged gearbox vent, which is back there behind the starter. You really can't even see it. It runs up behind the oil tank on the other side of the bike. Dirt daubers made a nest and clogged the vent, and would force primary lube up the clutch cable, and it would leak from the adjuster. But I have cleaned her. She's still not where I want her, but she's a lot cleaner now than she was when I picked her up. And also have, it's another bonehead mod, and done in a jackleg way. You can see the wiring job, and don't do that. I don't know why you would put this smoked. Well, I guess the why is it's LED. Same thing with the signals. But I don't know. That looks ridiculous to me. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the originals, but wherever they are, of course, they're out of production. So I have them aftermarket, but OE style. So it's just working 6-7 days a week is getting the time to get them installed. Plan as far as plans for the bike, took her on a little jaunt yesterday, probably 150-160 miles. Really missed the looking at the little sport windscreens. Nothing real tall, just enough to knock the wind, deflect it over to the top of my helmet. So probably that. The seat, pillion pad, I have to kind of see what's out there. I do like to ride 2-up sometimes, but that saddle is actually pretty comfortable. The big difference I think between this bike, well, there's several differences as far as riding, and especially at speed, and I mean from 50 up, is the pullback bars, which I think Harley stopped offering in later models, encourage this kind of laid back riding position, even though you do have, I do like my feet more under me. But at speed, especially with no windshield, you got that air just blasting you, and you're kind of hanging on for dear life. So to compensate, and I try to, it's not much, but just kind of rotating the hips back, I guess, a little bit straighter, more upright, actually maybe even leaning forward a little bit, so that I'm not just holding on for dear life with this thing under me, to counter that wind pressure. And it's actually a better it's a better feel. I think that's the way designers intended it. It's really more of a natural feel. I just have to kind of get used to that. At some point, I may look at trying to find a set of mufflers there with the baffles in, if I can find them at decent shape for a decent price. And really nothing else. I mean, I've changed the fluids. They all look good. I don't know about this breather. I may try to find an OE breather. If that in fact is a Screaming Eagle. I don't know that it's not just the insert here popped on there. I would have left it off, but I think it looks better, and plus there's some scratches under there. Went back with, it had NGK plugs, and I'm sure they're fine, but from what I've read online, Champions, they come with Champions from the factory, and that's kind of what these engines prefer. So I got to give a shout to O'Reilly. They not only had the Wix oil filter, but also the Champion plugs in stock locally. Did not have to order them. Primary chain, I probably could have tightened it a bit, but I'm not 100% set on what I'm going to use for a lube down here. And I've heard everything. People use everything from ATF to gear oil, like really heavy gear oil, to 20W50 motor oil. So I don't know. I did find some Sport Trans on eBay, which I paid a pretty penny for with shipping. So I wanted to, because of the leak, I didn't know, and it turns out it was about 1/3 of a quart low, which is pretty low. But I thought that was the easiest way, was just drain it all out and pour another quart in there. So I went with just a non-detergent 30 weight. It seems to do fine, but I do have that transport, or Sport Trans, should be here soon. Go with that, but really that's about it. Is kind of keeping it stock. Probably a little sport windshield, a seat, a pillion seat. And I kind of mentioned this, that she's a thirsty girl. I actually almost ran out on the ride with my daughter the other day. Thought I had ran out, switched it over to reserve, and just took a second to fill the car back up. But not quite as frugal as the little S40 with 60-65 miles per gallon. But she's cleaned up nicely, I think. We'll kind of end with give you a listen. Fortunately, this one doesn't have the, or it's been disconnected, the clutch safety switch. Yeah, that's my new girl, Lucille. Love to hear from you guys. Please leave comments, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the standard YouTube stuff. And still have the S40. I think she's getting a little jealous that I'm basically done with her as far as you know, getting her in good shape and all that. I mean, she's in great shape, great bike. I'll do another video comparing the two. A lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences. 100 pounds and what, 20 some odd more horsepower really make a big difference in the riding experience. But anyway, thanks for watching, and Two Wheels Down.